Very nice. What had grabbed me originally was the potential for a huge amount of physical comedy. And in that respect, we were so fortunate to get Cuba Gooding Jr. to play Ted Brooks, a Miami dentist who goes to Alaska in search of his lineage and finds himself.
I'm alive! Oh, I'm dead! Oh.
I love the fact that they established this guy as such an uptight person and put him in such an unpredictable situation of being in the ice cold snow, of being, completely overwhelmed by these Alaskans and, it's just the townsfolk. He becomes unraveled by it. And as an actor, you get to show that transition.
All in a day's work. See, when you have the gymnastic ability and balance and skill that I do, you always have to do your own stuff.
I don't think he's had really a film that allows him to show all of his comedic skills. He's got that megawatt smile that just lights up a room and a screen. And when you couple that with his athletic prowess and all his dramatic abilities, you're talking about a very potent acting weapon. You couldn't do this film with virtually any other person alive and ask him to do the things he's done. We've abused him handily.
Producers 101, you let the actor actually do this? And I think this is not the best thing to do, and then whoa, there he goes.
Like my stunt double Tier always tells people, he does his own stunts, and it's like, no, I don't. I do a lot of my stunts. I do a lot of physical stuff where if you'll see my face, I'll do it. But there's just too many stunts that if I even got hurt by accident, then the whole, 400 people would be out of a job.
The thing that I love about Cuba that he brings to the role is that he has this childlike innocence that makes him so endearing. He looks like a big, cute little kid, but then, he's attractive. He's a sexy guy.
Calling Dr. Ted Brown!
I told the producer and the director when I went in to interview for the role, if you do this picture without me, I'll kill you. Now you know how deeply I felt about the script.
Then you can hold this with one hand,
yes,
right, and get that big swing for us.
Okay, that's
when
right.
You lose your balance.
That's right.
So Dr. Ted Brooks!
Okay. Amelia was so fascinating to me. She reminded me a lot of my mom, who was a very strong woman, had a lovely, ironic sense of humor. I found that I could bring that kind of sensibility, of experience to this role. I found myself doing it without thinking.
Teddy, I made you a special treat. Mama? It's your favorite. Blue cheese cookies.
Restrooms are for customers only!
Barb is sort of the classic 1950s Western barmaids.
Hi.
She can stand up to any man, she can kick any man out of her bar. She's as tough as nails. And we also needed someone that we could fall in love with.
Who wants breakfast?
Great! I wasn't talking to you. Break babies. I grew up with two brothers. I was a tomboy, so I'm used to dealing with men. And my brothers, actually, there's a scene with James Coburn and Cuba where I'm, standing off between the two of them. My brothers are both tall and big like that, so I have no problem stepping in there going, "Excuse me?" I'm not gonna let you rip him off just because he's some dumb city slicker. It was the kissing stuff that kind of threw me off. I get shy. I'm like, okay, I gotta kiss now.
Usually when an actor gets nervous, it shows through their work. When Joanna gets nervous, she giggles and laughs, it makes a big joke, and everybody gets relaxed, so it relaxes her.
We had someone who could play the physicality because we found out that she was a black belt, who could play the vulnerability because she is a very vulnerable person. She's a mom and could feel what it would feel like to lose a son. So Barb is really the keeper of Lucy's spiritual keys. To have James Coburn be that father is, I think, any young man's nightmare. And this imposing man with this lion's mane of hair and this beard and this voice and this presence. Oh my gosh, he's my dad. I'm in real trouble.
I said, why don't we just take this outside and do it?
Hey.
Eskimo style. Now you, me, a rope and a knife, and the last one breeding gets the dogs. How's that?
$200 is great.
There are very few people who have the persona to walk in a room and doff their hood and have dogs cringe and children cry and everybody back up a step. And although he's a very, very gentle and sweet man, he can play that. He can play that mean SOB. People will just cross the street to get away from him. And that's what we needed in Thunderjack Johnson.
Kind of trial or who knows what. No, I'm not going to have any of it. I won't have any of it.
If the characters respond in the way that they're supposed to respond, you don't have to do anything. You just have to do it. You just have to appear and people go, that kind of a thing. It's what we're trying to get anyway.